Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 12 of World of Warcraft Classic Anniversary Road to the Burning Crusade. We still face the exact same problem. We don't really have anything to level with. We are currently 47 and we are bordering, I believe, on 48. However, Tanaris is done. Unguro is not yet available to us. So we have Felwood and Ashara, and I want to go to Ashara, see what's happening there while we do some dungeon queuing as well. So let's head on in. This is not the right thing. You can see this green screen basically of the Pokemon. So let's get that out of the way for now. We currently do not need my camera for the hands as well. Let's just get in. Let's just look at what Ashara has to offer. And let's see. As a reminder, this will be the pre-stream for the Path of Exile release, which we will play in about 3 hours. In about a little bit less than 3 hours. So that is why we have an early episode today, and we will do some Path of Exile streaming as well. An info to you guys: Path of Exile will be treated as a music live stream, so only the intro will be released on YouTube really, and the gameplay, well, the gameplay happens on Twitch. So if you want to hang out while me playing Path of Exile, come on over. We're doing bro SSF, so SSF just between friends and no external trading. Let's fly to Ashara, and while we fly to Ashara, we are making ourselves a Maraudon, Zul'Farrak, and an Alderman. Let's see if we can find something. We're bordering on 48. If we look into the quests right here, we have the single introduction quest for Felwood, but we also have the dual quest available here in Ashara, and I never really did Ashara. So let's go over to Ashara and see what will happen. And again, as a reminder, second reminder, I would very much like to play some music in this stream. However, YouTube says no. And because YouTube says no, we have to rely on World of Warcraft music, which, let's face it, is just not great. Let's face it, World of Warcraft music is just not great, and I would very much like to have more music available for you guys, but that's the unfortunate truth. The Fox might join us later as well, and we might have some low-level streaming as well. You know the deal. When the Fox comes online, we just put her screen under me and then we do things. Speaking of doing things, Melvor Idle is doing idling on the side, which is quite interesting. Yep, Melvor Idling is doing idle on the side. You can't see what I'm doing, but I can show you what I'm doing. Aha! Since we have a little bit of downtime, you know what time it is! It's Melvor time! So, we have almost completed the music add-on that I downloaded, the music mod. It is almost completed. We can pretty much use our extra experience to get the Macarena maxed out. The trumpet will fill out itself. We can upgrade the flute, however we can't max it out because experience is really expensive here. And there is the Fox, just like I called her. And yeah, basically we are soon done with the music add-on. Let's look at the music cape. And I just opened the windows and I can immediately smell the Polanski. It's absolutely terrible. It's a music interval down once again. Interesting. So let's look at our flight path. Our flight path is actually still a long ways to go. And since our flight path is still a long ways to go, I need to take some medicine against the Polanski allergy. So I'll be right back in about 2 minutes when I have taken my Polanski medicine. So be right back. It's rude to get early, I know. Okay, guys, I'm sorry for that one. You missed the supersonic clap. Yup, you did. Fun fact, I talked to the Fox because we talk off stream. That's just how things are. I talked to the Fox because I can apparently clap really loudly. I can clap that my ears start to ring. And I measured with my phone, which is not a good measurement, okay? But I managed to hit 88 decibels with a clap. That's kind of loud. It's actually considered very loud. I've looked up the world record. The world record is 119 decibels, which is 30 decibels higher, which is mega loud. Which is like mega loud. But I would be curious if I would not use a phone to measure it. I can clap really loudly, and I would be very curious on how loud I can actually clap. I also clap in normal mode. I don't like really mash my hands. Like if I would use more force, I would probably gain a few more decibels. But yeah, I can apparently clap really loudly. 100 decibels next time. Well, 100 decibels is actually where you should wear headphones, isn't it? What is 100 decibels? 100 decibels is, let's see, what is supposedly 100 decibels? A construction site is 100 decibels, whatever that means. Okay, someone drilling into the wall is 100 decibels. So that makes sense, yeah. Somebody drilling into the wall is 100 decibels. That makes sense. That is loud. And I am getting close to that noise. Yeah, that is true. Speaking of Fox Timer, yeah, my neighbor. For the last 2 years, the guy above me, supposedly the guy above me, has bought the apartment above me and has renovated for the last 2 years the apartment. And for the first year, he drilled into the wall and broke down the walls basically every single day. And for the last half a year, pretty much on every single weekend, he is drilling into the walls. And under the week as well. So I don't know what the guy is doing, but he does a lot of drilling into the walls, and it's kind of loud. So it's bad, yo. It's really bad. Like, this apartment is pretty trash, but it's affordable. That's why I'm here. The apartment's pretty trash. I'd like to get a better apartment, but the finances do not allow that. But let's get started with our questy stuff. Speaking of Fox Timer, again, as a reminder, this episode will only go to about 2140, 2150, because we will be playing Path of Exile patch 3.26 later, and that's gonna be a heck of a fun of a lot. And we're gonna have some music as well, because I kind of miss my music streams, and I took the choice that our Path of Exile streams will be music streams once again. I spoke on the Fox Timer. Well, if I froze on the Fox Timer, if this reaches 2140, 2150, we're gonna switch to Path of Exile, and we're gonna have ourselves a music stream, because I want to treat Path of Exile as a music stream. So yeah, since I'm not making any money from this, might as well play some music, right? We have a lot of content on the YouTube side, so it's not too bad if we miss out a few long recordings from Path of Exile. We'll still have recordings for Path of Exile. The first, let's say the first 10 to 15 minutes of every Path of Exile stream will be a recording for YouTube, and then we're gonna start music, because I wanna treat Path of Exile as the return to form when it comes to music style streams. YouTube doesn't like that, so I'm very sorry. I can't upload this to YouTube because the entire stream will basically be silenced. So if you actually want to chat with me and hang out, coming into the live stream for the Path of Exiles, well, that's a big chest. That's what she said. Is pretty much the best place to go, because the recordings will not really make it onto. So if you want to see the cool drops that I get, the luck that I have, well, come on over to twitch.tv/Hanazaki to check out the Path of Exile live streams. That's what he said. Well, technically, if you look at the adult site research, or search results that the females will do, technically the females are more interested in the female than the male are. So statistically speaking, your kind of looks at them more than we do, just by search results. I know this is an interesting topic, and I would very much like to go deep into that topic, but I can't, because then we would have to look at statistics. But I can't show these, because thank you, nudity laws and adult laws, and thanks, I guess. But yeah, technically, the female category is more looked at by females than by males, which is quite funny to see. So turns out the females have a lot more interesting search results than male do. That begs a lot of questions. But search it for yourself. Take your favorite common adult video platform and just type in statistics 2024, 2025, or whatever year you want to look up, because some of the esteemed established sites of the adult curriculum feature statistics where you can look up whatever the hell our people are interested in. And Growl is not on, that is why Talis is not holding any aggro. But yeah, it's quite interesting to see the statistics, and then you should probably clear your browser history, because you're getting deep into a rabbit hole, and you might like what you find, you might not like what you find. But I suggest a wipe of the chronic of your browser regardless.
You spicy little fart!
I need to use... I'm always saying this, but I need to use my soundboard more. I think my soundboard is really fun, because today... You know, this is also the day, but I can't really, like, use many things, because I have so many, well, copyrighted buttons here. But if we're talking about research, I have this one.
Yeah! Science!
It's even censored. It's even censored. And we are seeing, is it an iron? It's a mithril. Awesome, it's a mithril. So let's take on over to the mithril. But yeah, I should use my soundboard more. But sometimes I can't. So
why isn't it possible? It's just not. Why not, you stupid bastard?
So yeah, I should use my soundboard more. It's so much more fun. I also, this is interesting, I have found a website on the internet that is a giant database of game sounds already extracted and exported. So you find game sounds from every single soundbite from, let's say, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, Starcraft 2, Kingdom Hearts, like every single bit of soundbite that is available, you can find on that website, available to download, which is incredible for me, because I can go through all of these sound bites and I can put them on my soundboard over there. So I can, for example, Warcraft 3, In German, when the worker goes to work, he says Arbeit. And in English, it's work. And I can just simply use those sound bites to incorporate those into join our group for listed multiple dungeons. So I can incorporate those sound bites into my sound board. So we have an Alderman group. Interesting. We have an Alderman group. Can we get one? Can we get one? Can we get an invite to an Alderman group? That would be fun. Yo, it's an interesting website because the database is full of sound bites, and these sound bites are available for me to use on the soundboard. So that's gonna be really, really interesting. I need to look up good games with good sound bites so I can incorporate those into the button masher over there. That would be really, really, really fun. We haven't gotten an invite. I got asked for Alderman. Haven't received an invite so far. Haven't received an invite. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I already downloaded all the Warcraft 3 sound files. And I'm looking for a few specific ones. But as you can imagine, it's every single sound bite. That means there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sound files in that folder. And first I need to listen to every single one of those sound files. And then I have to sort out which ones I actually like. Because, my god, there's a lot of those. I can actually check the soundbite folder. Let me check it really quickly. I can tell you how many files there are. Warcraft 3 sounds. I can tell you how many files there. Ooh. That is not what I wanted to do. That is the entire download folder. Okay. There are roughly 3,100 sound files in that folder. Which is a lot to sort. Which is a lot to listen to. Request the mage. Just invite me. Just invite me. Why should I request the mage? Just invite me. I don't have a apostrophe or anything. Just type in I and my name. Irun, and I'm gonna get an invite. My dude, just invite me. Not that difficult. But yeah, it's roughly 3,100 sound bites. There are a few games that I'm still missing. I am desperately trying to get the sound bites from Dark Reign. It's a favorite RTS of mine. It's a classic RTS. And there are quite a lot of sound bites from units that I would like to add to my soundboard. But Dark Reign, not Dark Rune, Dark Reign, okay, I got it, Rune, yeah, sure. Or you ruin, because you ruin my life. I am missing 2 games from that website. One is Dark Reign, which is an incredible RTS, and was supposedly the let's say competition to StarCraft 2. Unfortunately, it never made it. It got a Dark Reign 2, but Dark Reign 2 is pretty bad. So Dark Reign 1 is an excellent video game. However, basically it has a very obscure engine, and this obscure engine has the problem of you cannot read this engine, you cannot export this engine, you cannot reverse engineer this engine. So it's called the Auron engine. Auron is pretty good name for an engine, by the way, the Auron engine. So they have coded their own engine in a language that is pretty much not really C or assembly or anything. They used some sort of their own code database, and yeah, you can't really reverse engineer it without an incredible understanding of programming and reverse engineering, which I do not have. I'm a user. I'm not really a programmer, and reverse engineering code is incredibly difficult. And I basically have two games like that. First is, like I said, the game Dark Reign, and the other one is Thandor the Invasion. Thandor the Invasion bears a really special place in my heart, because it was highly not successful, but also not popular, but it was well known in Germany that Thandor the Invasion existed. Outside of Germany, it doesn't really exist, but there is it does really a few really cool things when it comes to RTS games, and I've never seen the things they do in other games. But what's the troubling part about Thandor the Invasion, it basically got released in an unfinished state. It's buggy as heck, it doesn't run at all. Sometimes sound just simply doesn't work, sometimes the game just doesn't boot, sometimes it just crashes. Basically, the game got released in an incredibly broken state, and I'm very saddened by this, because it does quite a few super interesting things. Basically, in Thandor the Invasion, it's an RTS game, but unit types and weapon types are separate. And that means you can make a buggy with a rocket launcher. You can make a glider with a laser cannon. You can make a tower with a flak cannon. You can make a buggy with a big caliber cannon. You can make a glider with a mortar, but also a tank with a mortar. So basically, unit and weapons were separated in the game, and you could research whatever you wanted, go in which direction ever you wanted, and you could combine very unique units that way to suit your needs. So you were not stuck with this one unit, because this one unit could hold multiple types of weapons. And that was a really cool approach. And if I were to develop an RTS, not saying that I'm doing it, again, I'm not a developer, but I'm leading a development team. We are making a video game, not saying that we're doing an RTS, but that is one RTS that I would do. So, which dungeon are we going? So this is a style of an RTS that I would do. I would basically separate units and technology, weapons technology. And we're going Uldaman already. And I would make a new RTS with that. That being said, RTS are unfortunately pretty much dead in the water. RTS do not sell. That is the very unfortunate truth. The time of RTS is over. The only truly successful RTS is Anno. And speaking of Anno, well, a new Anno is just knocking on the doorstep. It's just knocking there. It's called Anno 1700. And man, that looks good. Man, the new Anno looks... Ooh, it's gonna suck my wallet dry. Hey. I'm definitely gonna not only buy Anno, I'm also going to buy the DLCs that will come out, because Anno is a pretty solid bet when it comes to DLCs. And of course, we'll be having a Anno Veganza here on stream once the game releases. And I'm gonna lose probably hundreds of hours in Anno again. Why not? It's a really good series. If you want to lose some time, well, Anno is not a bad thing to do. But yeah, it's competitive RTS. They're basically dead. They're basically dead at this point. So I would do the classic thing. I would do a RTS that has a campaign focus. We've played Cataclysmo earlier in the year. Cataclysmo was amazing. Unfortunately, Are we alive? I think we're alive. Back? I have no idea if we're back. I think we're back. My router pooped itself. Basically, my router pooped itself. You can see this chunk right here. Basically, my router pooped itself. This is my router. This is the internet. Basically, my router pooped itself. And I need to figure out why my router pooped itself. So please bear with me for a few seconds. Please bear with me for a few seconds while I look up my router. I'm not showing you my IP address, of course. Because I have a static one. And I don't want you guys to see that. But let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. And pretty much my router just pooped itself. My router just pooped itself. And I don't know why. But we seem to be back. We seem to be back. So we've had an Olderman group. We've had an Olderman group. Let's see if my Olderman group still persists. If not, it's not too bad. There we go. We're back, I guess. So, as I was saying, I miss Thunder. I have no idea how this recording will look on YouTube. So please bear with me. I can't really cut the center part out. I'll try to cut the center part out. But, yeah, I don't know how the recording will look. But we seem to be back. My router just pooped itself. So I hope it wiped. I hope it wiped and it washed its hands after it pooped itself. But we seem to be back. It's all part of the fun. Sure, then I'll leave it. Less work for me. A little more for me. If you know where a little more for me comes from, we can be friends. Because that game has the best foliage up to this date. I've never seen a game with better foliage than... well, the router should technically be dehydrated. But I would very much like to see the router not poop itself. That would be nice. That would be really, really nice if the router would not poop itself. That would be really, really, really great. Also... beautiful color. Beautiful color. Beautiful, beautiful color. That's the best red one that I have. This is a woodberry mix available in my favorite grocery store. It's in the Lidl in Germany. There is the woodberry mix. And this is a wonderful drink. It's a wonderful, wonderful drink. It's not overly sweet, but it's quite punchy. It's quite strong. Was playing up from the beginning, but though thought you was your connection. It's your second favorite, correct? You like the raspberry lemon one, but that is because you're biased towards raspberries because they're your favorite, which is totally okay. Which is totally okay. But I think this one is pretty good. Be right back, food, and I wish you guten Hunger. And that's it? That's all of the quests in Ashara? Are you serious? That's all of the quests in Ashara? That's it? That's all of the quests in Ashara? Oh, that's bad, yo. That's really bad. That's really bad. Okay. we're doing something, guys. We need to make our way to Fellwood. But not only Fellwood, but also to Moonglade. We need to access Moonglade. Because we have the Seed of Life. So we're going to walk. Let's see, this should be shorter. So we're going to do a little travel episode right now. We're going to do a little travel episode because A, we're waiting on the Olderman group. We still are in need of a tank. Level wise, we're all pretty high level, so Olderman should not be a problem. And there we go. We have what we need. So we return, let's say, we need to Thessalamar. We need to go to Thessalamar. So where's our Hearthstone? Our Hearthstone is in Gaji. Okay, our Hearthstone is in Gajitan. So that means we need to get to Theramore. It's a pretty simple flight. So let's go to Theramore. Let's look at Atlas Loot, whatever we need. Would appreciate any shareable quests inside. Alrighty. Let's look at Olderman. What Olderman has in store for us. Of course, plate we cannot wear. That is a nice sword. That is a nice sword. Having 2 of those would not be bad, but it would equalize our stats currently. Olaf has a shield. Ooh, that's a nice utility, but we cannot wear it. Revelosh has nothing. Let's look at here. That could be... It's a little low level. The loot is a little low level. Let's see. It's a little low level. So since this is a little low level, we're gonna get out Rin and we're gonna level up Rin. Yeah, we're gonna level up Rin, I think. Grimlock has a decent polearm, but it has strength, so it's useless to us. And we have... Ooh, this is not bad. Ah, but it's mace. Can't have that. Increases damage by 10 for 8 seconds, which is nothing. We have a ring over here, so this is potentially a good ring. This is a level 42 ring, so this is potentially a good ring if a monkey would drop. Which is highly unlikely. Which is highly unlikely. But we're gonna get our Black Lion Cat Rin out for this dungeon. Because we don't really need the experience from that dungeon. And I think actually that most of the dungeon will not even yield experience for us. It will not even yield anything for us. So let's look at Onyxia really quickly. Does Onyxia have something that is nice for us? Of course, the helmet for our class is really nice. A scale of Onyxia? No. Oh, we are getting teleported? Sure, then we are not getting Rin out. I think we're not getting Rin out, so let's just have a little pew 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 pew. Alrighty. So we're not getting Rin out, unfortunately. So let's use a Talus and have a little damage dealer. So... let's say quests would be awesome. There's a lot of quests. Very nice. Alrighty. Let's have ourselves a camera feed. There we go. Can we do this? Have the group be a little faster. I haven't been to Olderman in probably hundreds and hundreds of years. So this will be quite interesting to me. Alrighty. Let's increase the music just a tiny bit more. You guys coming? There's one. Let's wait on the last one, so he has a little bit more travel speed. Betty Bob, our gnome. There it is. And let's get on into Old Arman. Hey, hey. Let's get on into Old Arman. Alrighty. There we have the enemies. We would have gained experience with our pet, but fine it is. We will be having aggro pretty much all the time in this dungeon, because I think we're pretty much the best damage dealer that they have. Alrighty. It's gonna suck. We're gonna be hit quite a lot. Yep, we are definitely... My pet does not have taunt, it's doing damage. Always blaming the pet. Always blaming the pet. Which is not even true, because it's just doing a lot of damage, my dude. It's just doing a lot of damage. Just doing a heck of a lot of damage. And I'm not even using Hawk. Alrighty. Sweeping strikes plus bud rage. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, my dude? So who's tanking? This guy's tanking. Yeah, you're level 44. You're not tanking me. You're not tanking me, my dude. Honestly. There we go. You're not tanking me. I will out DPS the ever-living hell out of you. And he's not even caring about it. Look at this. He's not even caring about it. Let's have Tanaris take this one off of me. There we go. Oh, this is gonna be an interesting dungeon. This is gonna be an interesting dungeon. I have an update to the alternate character situation. I really want to do a druid, but I'm gonna stay on paladin for the Burning Crusade. I want to look into druid, but I wanna stay on paladin for the remainder of my alternate character tanking experience. Basically, I wanna have my paladin be an amazing monster of a tank, which will take a while in the Burning Crusade, but I want to play paladin. Yeah, I'm out DPSing heavily. Granted, I just did a nice crit. Okay, I just did a nice crit. But, you know, let's have the pet do a few more damage numbers. Have this happen over there. Shoot, shoot, shoot. There we go. Next one down. And I would very much like a mana regeneration seal, my dude. I mean, you guys can see it on the bottom left of the screen. I am not really stoppable for that tank. He can definitely not hold aggro once I get going. So we have a dwarf over there, interesting. I hope it's not an escort quest. We've had problems yesterday. So, let's drink a little bit of water. Where's Tanaris? Is Tanaris fighting? No, Tanaris is not fighting. So let's see what this quest is. Is this an escort quest?
What can I do for you?
It is read blah blah blah. Okay.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Read the journal. Okay, we have read the journal. Do we have to do anything else? No, not really. Alrighty. Let's do this. Catch our 2 people over there. Let's catch our guys. Are you coming? Dude? He is probably reading the book. Now he had some time to tank and I immediately got aggro. So this tank is definitely... A, he's not doing a good job, and B, well, he's blaming my pet for taking aggro. Might as well, right? Oh, speaking of pet, our pet needs food, and let's take a Norgenfogger. Let's take a Norgenfogger. We have Featherfall for the Norgenfogger. And we have Skeleton. We have reached a Skeleton once again. There's Revelosh. This should be a boss, actually. Well, he used to be a boss. He's dead. Alrighty. There is our loot. Revelosh boots. Who the hell needs spirit? No one does. So it's pretty bad. I have received this. Oh, this begins a quest. Interesting. This begins a quest. And don't mind me moving a lot in my chair, guys. It's currently 33 degrees in Germany. And it's making me sweat a lot. I don't deal well with hot weather. So if you see me doing this, well, this is because my t-shirt is stuck to the chair. And I hate it. So what's this guy's deal? Tread. What is he saying? No idea what they're saying. Alrighty, let's just keep on doing damage. Tanaris is doing a lot of damage anyways, so let's run over the... Ooh, that's a lot. Let's do this. Nice. 3 enemies. Alrighty. So is there a boss over there? There is not. It's just simply trash. Feign death as a skeleton is very funny. This guy wants to run away. We still haven't gotten Mini off of Norgenfogger. It's another skeleton. Come on, give me Mini, give me Tiny. Aww. Alrighty. Let's get some damage going. Our Warlock is doing AoE on 3 enemies, which is potency calculated, the wrong move to do. And potency usually calculates after 4 or 5 enemies and upwards. If you do AoE on 3 enemies and upwards, downwards, it does not beneficially calculate potency. Who are we attacking? You're the tank. Oh, hi. Are we opening something? Oh, we're opening something. Okay. There's something behind it. Okay. Interessante.
None may steal the secrets of the makers.
Oh, hi. Let's do some damage. Let's get some aggro. Let's get some aggro. He's kinda not tanking right now. So do we really need a tank? If Tanaris can just take it? There she goes. Oh, it's attack power bracers. Ooh, this would technically be not bad. These would technically be not bad. But, nah, don't really need them. Sad. These wouldn't have technically not been bad. I've got them anyways. Quest? Okay, which quest? Oh, we have to go in here. Oh, interesting. Interessante! Interessante! Why are you opening with multi-shot? Well, I got asked that yesterday. And turns out multi-shot is just simply the best damage skill to open up with. Because it does your weapon damage plus 80. And it has an 8-second cooldown, 10-second cooldown. So, if the cooldown is on cooldown, you're gaining DPS. Indirium mineral vein. Indirium. Okay, what the hell is Indirium? Let's grill the enemies. There we go. Alrighty, can we skin those? We can. We can skin those. There's way too many enemies. Now let's go. Way too many enemies. Well, lots of stuff happening. So my pet is doing around 70 to 80 DPS, which is quite nice. Alrighty, keep on moving. So if I just open up, I'm doing roughly 300 DPS as an opener. And I do 200 sustained without any input whatsoever, which means I have around 120 auto attack sustained DPS. It's quite interesting. Guys. Why I'm burning? Why am I burning? Okay. What are you dispelling from me? I would love to know what a Indurium mineral vein is. Would like to know that. And aggro, yep, aggro. Why am I not attacking? Now I am. It's another whale item. Who the hell needs whale items? The tank is currently not really caring about aggroing any of it. Poor Warlock is also being hit. That's a lot of enemies. Let's just do this. I'm still being aggroed. Tanaris, please take these guys off of me. That would be nice. I'm stunned. Let's rain some stuff on the enemy. Shoot, shoot. Team's looking pretty okay. One over heal. That was a good heal. We have a locked chest. Can't do anything about that. Ooh, it's a monkey back. It's a monkey back, but it's exactly the stats I already have. Sad. Sad. So there is another Indurium. So there are multiple Indurian veins. Would very much like to know what Indurium is. Are these even elite enemies or are they normal? They're normal enemies. Why are they normal type enemies? They're not even elite. That should reflect in the experience as well. Yeah, 52. Why are we fighting normal enemies? Can these be elite? I would like to have more experience. What's the paladin doing? Okay. We have attacked enough. Still getting aggro. Alrighty. So technically there should be an Endurium over there. Hey, there is. I would like to know what this is. Endurium. I would very much like to know what Endurium is. Let's mine it for a second. I don't really care if there is another miner over there. For this one, I'm sorry. Alrighty. Attack, attack, attack. Is there a way? Yep, there is a way over there. So there would be another Endurium over there. Let's see if we can sneakily get that one. Nope. They have pulled, so let's keep on fighting. Is there a boss close by? There could be a boss close by, so let's not use any cooldowns for the moment. Alrighty. Let's do this. We're out of mana anyways. Nice cancel on my attack. Ooh, he did. He did. So let's do this. Have Talis be aggro. Let's get a heal. Let's support our healer. Let's support our healer. I would very much like to get a heal, my dude. Thank you. Am I dead? I think I'm dead. Our healer is not really healing me. Let's do this. Get the aggro off of me. Talis is dead, which is bad. Talis is dead. Am I being killed? Let's see. Sad. Sad. We got wiped. Sadness. Sadness, Everdeen. Okay, where do we have to go? Probably here. Okay. Sadness. And that is why a tank needs a shield. Hold them on. Okay, there is this item. There's this item. This and this item. Okay. So where is the entrance? There's the entrance. Alrighty. This guy is definitely German. Balkan? This is Balkan, so this could be a Russian guy. Could be a Russian guy. So where do we need to go? Here? Yep, here. Let's pack this. There's Talis. Let's revive Talis. Very quickly. Let's feed Talis. Talis has been fed, but it's not green yet. There it is. Let's feed another one. Alrighty. So who's tanking? You're tanking. Okay. So let's shame you a little bit. The axe is good, but it's quite old. It's a level 40 axe, so it's okay actually. This is good. This is good. This is bad. This is good. It's male though. This is okay. This is good, but it's male. This is It's not great, honestly. It has agility on it, has no stamina. If you're tanking, you want to have stamina. But gear-wise, he's doing good. Like, gear-wise, it's actually quite good. There's a few dead stats over there. Alright. Let's catch our healer. Is it our healer? No, it's our gnome. Let's catch our gnome. Music could be so much better in this game. So much better. I don't know why they chose this. Blessing of Kings. My dude, I would actually take a mana blessing. Alrighty. So what are we waiting for? We have no scroll that we can use. Nice, I guess. Our guy tries to pull back and the other warrior just charges in. Okay. So let's get Tanaris off of aggro. We just got a taunt. There we go. We're almost level up, which means we have 48. That is a visit to our trainer. And we're gonna visit most likely in a Stormwind. But we could also go to Darnassus if we want to do Fellwood. So we could go to Darnassus. It would be nice if you were not to pull the enemy towards the hunter. Hey, what is this? Mindswim. Oh, this was a boss. Interesting. This was a boss. Ah. Interesting. This was a boss. Right. Agility boots. I was wearing these exact boots. But we have sold them. Okay. Let's die for a moment. And we got hit once. Sadness. Sad, sad, sad. I should just leave Tanaris on aggro, honestly. Because he's not holding any aggro at all. And Tanaris could very much tank the enemy off of me. Hey, we have mithril. Let's get some mithril. This is pure gold. A stack of mithril translates to probably about 7 to 8 gold. Which is quite interesting. It's quite a lot. Okay, we have a few scorpions. Easy, easy. Welcome back, my dear fox. Alright. Alrighty. Lots of skinning, actually, once again. So what are you guys fighting? So I can send in my... There we go. Let's send in Tanaris. And have Tanaris help. While I do the skinning job here. Okay, sure, heal me, I guess. Okie dokie. What have you pulled? Everybody's running back. One? Just one? Okay, just one. Just one, I guess. Yeah, Alderman. So far, pretty boring. Very ugly as well. I gotta say, we always do the comparison for Final Fantasy and this game. But Final Fantasy's dungeon design has gotten stale in the later game. It is always 2 packs of enemies times 2 and then a boss. But I have to say, quite works. It does quite work. While this is much more dynamic in dungeon design, because nothing here is copy-paste, essentially. And the formula is not copy-paste. It also means there is a very inconsistency inside of a dungeon, and sometimes it gets really, really long and really, really boring. Thank you for the 1 gold. Well, you're sending me stuff, so I might as well give you gold, right? That was the deal. The deal was, you send me stuff, and I give you a gold for it. That was the deal. Because I try to make it to money or to enchanting materials, and might as well give you the money for the enchanting materials. Pay nature. Nature is looking full of pollen. I wouldn't recommend it. It's full of pollen. Wouldn't recommend it. Whew. Well. Let's have Talus tank this, shall we? You get the iron. I don't care. Get the iron, dude.
By Thorison's beard, slay them!
So, let's get going. Let's have some full-on DPS. Yeah, single target is my thing, I guess. Alrighty. We just need 2 more levels after this one. 2 more levels, and then we can finally do some serious single target damage. Once we get the aimed shot, we can do some serious single target damage. Crappy loot. Crappy loot. Quick follow, be right back. Be right back, guys. It's Homebrew doing its magic again. So, interesting. It would help if you tank in death stance, by the way. Ooh, our gnome and warlock is hitting on the tank. Ooh. Our Norman Warlock is picking on the tank. Very, very funny. I mean, technically we don't need a tank. If Talis goes... Why does it always rain in Darkshire? That's just how it is. That's how it's scripted in Darkshire. That's how it's scripted. Okay, I'm being attacked, but Talis is doing a lot of work. Honestly, at this point, we should just enable the taunt. We should just enable the taunt and be done with it. Hey, there we have a level up for our warrior DPS. Alright. So he leveled in 6 hours. Okay. So his rested experience guide just said automatically, by the way. Just said automatically that he leveled from 46 to 47 in about 6 hours and 4 minutes. And I leveled this level in 5 hours and 17 minutes. So since we are pretty much on level parity, that means for a bigger level I needed less time, thus I was more efficient with my character. And you see how much I hang around and do stupid things. So I'm not really playing efficient. Not me, he leveled up. So I'm not really playing efficiently, as you can see. So yeah. Oh, you did! Amazing! Level up, you did. And I did level up! Level up! Now we can visit our trainer again. 2 more levels, my guys. 2 more levels until I get my aimed shot. 2 more levels until I become a single DPS monster. 2 more levels. 2 more levels until I become my DPS monster. And my single target DPS will increase hard once I reach the aim shot. Oh, that's 5 enemies. You sure you want to do that? You sure you want to do that? Talis is having aggro of some enemies. Honestly, you know what? I don't care. We're enabling aggro. We're enabling aggro now on Talis because Talis is tanking a lot of things. And our warrior simply does not. But our healer cannot keep Talis alive, which sucks. So let's keep the aggro off again. Because our healer is not capable of keeping Talis alive. And we have no more bandages. We need to make bandages. Okay, we have no more bandages available. We need to make bandages. We currently do not have any rune cloth, so we need to keep doing the heavy mage weave bandages. I don't want to use the heavy mage weave, but we're still off of rune cloth. Oh, we have a boss group here. Alrighty. So, let's do this. Let's have Talis at least tank the skull. Alrighty, let's get the next target going. Get the next target going. Can you keep the target off of me? That would be nice. Now we have the next target going. We have loot. Somebody looted in fight. Stop doing that, please, guys. Fighting is more important than looting. And we finished all of this. Very nice. Wonderful. We leave? We leave? Alright. I love aspect of the pack. I love aspect of the pack. Come on, dude, get aggro. Thank you. Oh, it's Talus. Thank you, Talus, for being amazing. I got healed for nothing. Great. Do we regenerate? No, not really. The Paladin is also not very consistent with his blessings, but I fully understand that. The default time of blessings being 5 minutes is hella annoying and would annoy the ever-living shiz out of me. So I fully understand if this is not a thing. Alrighty. More damage over there. So, by our estimate, we are reaching our level in 4.4 hours, which is not happening today, because we're switching to Path of Exile in roughly a little bit more than an hour. We are switching to Path of Exile. Or rather, we're probably gonna switch relatively timely to Path of Exile when it's hitting 22, because the servers are not going live before that. So, here's one thing. If you join me in the chat, like the Fox does, you can interact with me. And when it comes to Path of Exile, it is tradition on this channel that we have a phobia as our character name. And the more obscure the phobia is, the better it is. We've had my favorite, Pogonophobia, the fear of beards and of beard hair, before. And we had Doitophobia, which I believe is Dentophobia, which is, I believe, the fear of teeth. Dentophobia is the irrational fear of dentists. So it's the irrational fear of dentists. So if you join me on stream, if I have to do a Path of Exile character, we need a phobia name, and as obscure as it can go, funny phobias, etc. like this, because it's tradition in Path of Exile that we do a phobia name. So let's keep on doing things. I can't see anything. So I don't know, like the irrational fear of mangoes. Mangophobia or something like that. I don't know. Something funny, like the irrational fear of falling fruit. Like if that exists. And we usually do phobias. It's kind of fun. Like the one you sent me, correct. Just like the one you sent me, but ideally we need 2 phobias. 1 temporary phobia, because we're doing a character only for about 10 minutes, because we need a skill. And after that, we're gonna create the real character we're gonna use for the rest of the run-through of Path of Exile, because we need a certain skill, and the skill is not available on this character, but we can get it from someone else. So we do a temporary character at the beginning. Usually this character does not have a phobia name because it's a temporary character, and we need a single phobia character name because we will have 1 main character in the game. And this is an insane belt. Alrighty, so what's going on here? Temple door, can we just simply... No, we cannot. Nice body pull. The fear of falling fruit doesn't exist. Sad. That is sad. What could be a funny fear? What could be a funny fear? What could be a funny fear? The fear of cows? Does that exist? Fear of cows or of sheep or something like the fear of cattle? Is there fear of cattle? Nice miss, I saw that one. The irrational fear of cows, or something like this. And as a reminder, the Path of Exile streams will be music streams. We're only gonna do a few things off music or recording for YouTube, of course. But the main content will be with music on Path of Exile, because that's just how it is. Speaking of Path of Exile, I usually set myself a goal when it comes to Path of Exile, because I'm not the best player. I'm not the best player when it comes to Path of Exile. I only played... Okay. I only played... roughly 800 hours in Path of Exile 1. So I'm pretty much a beginner. Bovinophobia. What is bovinophobia? Bovinophobia. What is bovinophobia? The excessive irrational fear of cows or cattle. Amazing. We're gonna take bonophobia. Nice. We're gonna take that one. So after 800 hours, I have no idea how to construct my own build. We're gonna follow Porx's Righteous Fire build, and I'm gonna deviate from that one to suit my needs. We're gonna play Bro SSF, which means we're gonna play Bro SSF Exchange, which means I am only allowed to trade items with my friends, and only if we co-op, and I can use the exchange. Otherwise, I'm playing SSF, solo self-found, so that means I cannot buy any items, I cannot sell any items. L'arachnophobia was the best one. What was l'arachnophobia again? L'arachnophobia... L'arachnophobia is pretty good too. It's the irrational fear of vegetables. So I'm playing Bro SSF. I can only trade items with my friends when they co-op with me. I cannot buy items, I cannot sell items, but I'm allowing myself to use the exchange function. The exchange of currency function with Settlers of Kolgur. Other than that, we're SSFing, which means solo self-found. I cannot interact or trade with other people that are not my friends. I used to only do SSF. But ever since the introduction of Settlers of Kolgur, the last patch, they have included a currency exchange. Basically, it's a terminal where you can exchange excess currency for another currency in the game. And I think that is something that SSF should have as well. So I'm playing Bro SSF with exchange. So I'm limiting myself to being alone or with my friends. And I am limiting myself to the exchange only. So that is what I'm playing. And I would very much like for things to not hit me. But the tank is not really taunting anything. He's also not playing in tanking stance, to be fair. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm playing solo, but I'm allowing myself to do the exchange in Kalgor. So this is how we're gonna play Path of Exile, and I'm quite excited for it. I really want to play Path of Exile. This is the genre that I am most susceptible to being, well, addicted to. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. It is the most addicting genre for me, and I think Path of Exile 1 is the best CRPG or ARPG out there. It really depends on what you want to call it. It's, in my opinion, the best isometric RPG out there. Path of Exile 2 is unfortunately not that good yet. Not that good yet. Path of Exile 2, I'm pretty sure, is gonna be amazing once it had a main release and once it had quite a few revisions. But Path of Exile 1 is incredible. It's incredibly scary. It's incredibly beginner unfriendly. However, It is also an amazing game if you just simply follow a guide. What I will do, I will just simply follow a guide. I will follow Pox's Righteous Fire. And it's gonna be fun. Settlers of, not Settlers of Kalgur, the Atlas update that we are getting today is pretty good. Has lots of changes to it. I have read pretty much nothing because Path of Exile is such a complicated game. I am waiting for the release in a few days of a few pro gamers and pro streamers ideas and knowledge bases and all of that. And then I'm usually using that information source to my own and gather my own playstyle amongst these new information sources that we're gathering. But the new season 3.26 is looking quite juicy, looking quite good. So I'm very much looking forward to playing in roughly an hour, a little bit more than an hour. It's gonna be quite good. Again, on YouTube, you're only gonna see the intro, really. You're only gonna see me getting rolling magma on my Witcher skill, and after rolling magma, we're pretty much switching to the chieftain, and we're gonna hit the music and stream only, of course. Alrighty, Talus is almost dead. So Talus got hit quite hard currently, and the healer is not really healing Talus. Alrighty, Talus should survive the next Nova. But I'm kinda scared, so I'm healing Talus regardless. There we go. I have aggro. I don't want to have aggro. There we go. Quite the big Nova. Let's heal Talus. Bring some food. Bring some food. Bring some water. Bring some food. Technically, you could drink food. It's called beer. It's liquid bread, so you could technically drink food. In Germany, we call beer liquid bread. Flüssiges Brot. So technically, you can drink food. And this mouse right here, will be switched to the mouse view because Path of Exile is primarily played with mouse. And we're gonna switch the camera over there to the mouse hand, and we're gonna show the mouse hand. And you can see probably me getting carpal syndrome on the mouse. If you've never played a ARPG before, Path of Exile is the best ARPG to get in. You will be overwhelmed. You will have no idea what's happening. You will have absolutely no clue. But it is a pretty great. Ow. It's a pretty great experience. Let's do this. Woo! That was a nice reaction. Yo! Really looking forward to Path of Exile. It's also been a while since we've received the Path of Exile patch. Due to the imminent release of the early access of Path of Exile 2. Path of Exile 1. Basically the development team was taken away and put onto Path of Exile 2. So Path of Exile 1 really didn't receive any update for the last 7 months. And that is kind of painful for Path of Exile fans, just like me. And now we're getting it, so really exciting, it's really good things. I hope that my wallet can be left alone, because every time they release a major patch, a major content patch, they release skin package as well. And I really hope I hate the skin packages, because I would like to have my wallet be safe. Basically. If it's good, it's good. I'm gonna buy it. If it's good, if it's pretty, if it looks amazing, I'm gonna buy it. I am always limiting myself to the 60 euro version though. There is a 40 euro version and a 60 euro version. I am limiting myself to the 60 euro version, because there is also a 100 and more 100 euro version, and I'm definitely limiting myself to the 60 euro version usually. Sometimes I buy the 40 euro version, but yeah, I really hope the skin sucks, because I will buy them. I really hope the skins suck, because I would not like to spend money. I don't have to spend money, let's be clear. I have all the tops that I need. I have all the inventory expansion that I need. So I don't have to buy anything really in Path of Exile anymore. For my needs, I have enough. But you know, if it looks good, if it looks good, I might have to buy it. I might have to buy it.
You serious?
I don't have a credit card.
You spicy little fart.
I don't have a credit card. I only have a debit card. Because the Hana has never traveled in his life. So I don't have a credit card. I have never been outside of Germany, except for one time, but that one doesn't count. Yet. But before I get a credit card, you know...
Gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal.
You know? Speaking of cereal. The Hana is incredibly lactose intolerant. And I finally made the switch to lactose-free milk and milk products, lactose-free dairy products, and I can finally eat cereal again. Makes me so happy. That I can finally eat cereal again. Because I like cereal, but I couldn't eat it anymore. Because the poopy was coming along every single time I even touched milk. So since I don't have milk now, I have no lactose in my milk anymore. The Hana can finally have cereal again. So I no longer go to its toilet and say,
Oh, hot, 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 hot.
what are we gonna do here? Everything here coming along? Probably, right? Probably only the center 6. Yeah, probably only the center 6. So he wants to activate and run. Okay, so he wants to activate and run. So he wants to activate and run. Let's see. I've enabled pack just to see what happens. Let's Beyblade! Let's Beyblade! Oh, something's happening. Run!
Who dares awaken us? Who dares
Well, he did.
of the makers?
Well, he did. Well, he did. So, why run?
Reckless people.
So why run? So why run? Why run? I don't really get it. I don't get it. Why are we running? I mean, banana phone, sure. But why are we running?
Rogan?
Rogan? Hit from above? This? What are you talking about? Hit from above? Jesus? God? Cheese? What's this guy talking about? Such an idiot. This guy is such an idiot. No idea.
Many fall in the face of chaos, but not this one. Not today.
And my soundboard crashed again, which is just nice. My soundboard just crashed again. Can I still press the buttons? No. If I press the crashed soundboard button, it basically just kills itself. Okay. So now I can't use the soundboard. I have to... I don't know. Let's just stay in here.
Who dares awaken Arcadus? Who dares the wrath of the
Well,
Makers?
I'm just gonna take him. I'm just gonna take him. Why are you running, eh? Why would you run? Why would you run? I don't get it. I don't get it why we would run. What are you guys even doing? Honestly. What are you guys even doing? 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 I can do this all day. He's arguing that we should run. Oh my god, is such an idiot. What are you guys even doing? They all died. What are you even doing? Oh my god, you're so stupid. Oh my god, this is the most stupid ass group I have ever seen. What are you guys? Are you attacking me or not attacking me? have to show this. Oh, right. I can't switch screens. I have to restart the stream deck. I can't switch screens. Now I can. I have to show this. Not working. Stream deck is still broken. There we go. I have to show this. Run? What the fuck? What the fuck, this tank? Why are you running? Just kill it? Is what I said. Then everybody died. He said, is it so hard to run? I'm saying, is it hard to stay in and do it like normal? It's easier to hit on top. Dude, we are mega over leveled. And he's doing a frowny face. Guy, my dude. We are so over leveled. The enemies are green here. Like for reals. Let's look at the damage that has been dealt. Let's look at the damage that has been dealt. We're doing so much damage. Send him here. Like, we're doing so much damage. You caps lock. Well, you're kind of the caps lock woman in World of Warcraft. But you guys just saw this. With all of the ads, I just hit this guy down to 74% on my own. Now, this is not even with a healer or anything. Like, if I had just another person in here, I would have killed it. So, I don't know what the guy is scared of, honestly. I really don't know what the guy is scared of. The gnome is offline, so the gnome said, fuck this shit, I'm out. The gnome is offline. So, that is great, I guess. So, do we have a quest for this guy? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like we have a quest for this guy. If we look into here, there is an elite quest, there's a normal quest, there's a normal quest. This would be a dungeon quest. Platinum discs, so this would most likely be Uldaman. Platinum discs would have most likely been Uldaman. Let's look at it. No, actually, it's not. So Platinum Discs is actually a different quest. Interesting. So where is Platinum Discs at? So, they seem to be coming up. The Warlock said, fuck the shit, I'm out. So the Warlock does not want to do this anymore. Can't blame him. This is a terrible dungeon. Can't blame him. It's a terrible dungeon. Or terrible group, rather. We're definitely gonna blacklist this tank, because this tank is awful. But, speaking of blacklisting things, I need to clear out my blacklisting listing, because I have blocked too many people, and I cannot block many more people. So I need to unblacklist some spammers, and so I can blacklist actually bad people. It's just how it is. Oh my god, he has a shield and a dagger. Oh my god. Since he has a shield and a dagger, let's be dicks and let's put on aggro on Tanaris so that he cannot ever get aggro. Let's be a dick. Let's be a dick and let's just have aggro on Tanaris. Just tank with Tanaris. He's not gonna hold aggro. Tanaris is 3 levels higher than him, and Tanaris does pretty much the same damage as him. So he's not gonna hold aggro. Tanaris has also more life than him, which is interesting. So he's not gonna hold aggro. Just stay in, guys. Just stay in. Just stay in. He's not gonna hold aggro.
Who dares awaken Arcadus? Who dares
There we go.
the wrath of the Makers?
There's Talos' aggro. Talos goes full DPS. He will not be able to hold aggro. He will not be able to hold aggro. Small reminder, stay healthy, bot. He's not able to hold aggro.
Awake, ye servants! Defend the discs!
There we go. Aggro has been dealt. Let's die for a second. And again, this is super easy. This is super easy. Let's have Talos do this, so we can attack this guy. I don't know what he was afraid of. I don't know what he was afraid of.
To my side, brothers! For the Makers!
Oh no, we have two big ads on the side. The enemy has 20% life. I don't know what his problem was. But this is pretty easy. I have no idea what your problem was. And we have a owl. We have an owl one. Hey, the platinum discs. Woo! There's a quest and there's a treasure. Alrighty. Yeah, most likely. So, no idea what his problem was. Now, let's look at our quests. Let's look at our quests. Oh, he ninja looted this. Nice, well done. Well done. So we're done here. So let's get out. Terrible. Terrible dungeon. Terrible dungeon. Such a bad player. Let's leave this party. Let's just be dicks and let's look for a Zul'Farrak Maraudon. Let's see if we can get a quick group, but I don't suspect we do. We get an instant group. And we're going for Maraudon. Alrighty, we're going for Maraudon, I guess. So... oh, the meat we can use for feeding. This can not be used for feeding. Let's sell this. The inventory is looking awful. The inventory is looking really awful. We're doing a scepter run. What is a scepter run? Are you guys in Hinterlands or what?
Ah, potential customer.
What is a scepter run?
Hurry back.
What is a scepter run? I don't have that. If that's necessary. Let's see if that is necessary indeed. Keep this around. Everything else can be sold. So what does it do? So this is Maraudon. Oh, Ungoro is available. Ungoro is available. Interesting. Ungoro is available. Yep, Ungoro is now available. Alrighty, so Maraudon, Stable Master. We're getting the other pet out. Okay, so we only need to do the last 4 bosses, are they saying? So we have Super Sticky, which is a Maraudon quest again. So what are these guys? These guys are already in Maraudon. We need to get ourselves a trainer, however. Yep, we need to get ourselves a trainer, but it doesn't look like this is available for us anytime soon. But it also doesn't look like that we are getting damage dealers. So let's head on over to Maraudon. We have another quest over here. Yorba Screw Spigot is most likely a Ungoro quest as well. So we need just 1 more DPS, so let's make our way up to Maraudon. Let's make our way up to Maraudon.
Safe travels.
Righty. Righty ho. Righty ho. Okay, so 2 more levels. 2 more levels, and then we are finally able to do some chunk of cheese. Actually, we're not gonna do Maraudon. Because we will be playing Path of Exile in about 50 minutes. So I can't have Maraudon. So unfortunately we cannot do Maraudon. So let's head on over to Darnassus. Let's head on over to Darnassus and get ourselves a trainer and see what the hell's going on. Alrighty, since we have a little bit of downtime, you know what that means? It's Melvor time! Let's look at Melvor. Our ships are still on their way. They are reaching in 3 hours 40 minutes. This is an important shipment that we have, because this would mean that sailing will finally max out in experience and we can cross off sailing on our completion list completely. Super nice. We're currently doing music. Music is also on its last legs. This is the last part of the second to last level. So next level will be the last level. And I think we're gonna get there probably tomorrow midday, which is really nice. Unfortunately, this is a mod. So this mod does not incorporate the time calculator. So I actually do not know when we finish up the music skill. However, the music skill, incredibly strong. Like, incredibly strong. I've chosen 3 of these instruments to work for me. And the bard is playing the bouzouki, which is giving me a 10% chance to double items globally, a 10% chance to preserve resources, and a 10% increased chance for global rare item tokens birds' nests. That's pretty good. However, we just heard a sound. So let's switch on over to Teldrassil, head back to Melvor. We have the French horn, which is meteorite and astrology. We have already dumped off astrology. However, -1 summoning interval, 15 primary resource gained, and maximum hit. This is super strong. And then we have the harp, 10% chance to reave a random tier of potion in herb law, plus stealth and thieving, 4 times the herb law stuff, and 15% chance to receive a thieving area unique item, and 20% chance to double the item in thieving. Thieving has not yet been finished. We still need to do thieving, so all of the thieving bonuses are just amazing. And well, we're currently wearing the Ragnar stuff. So we could switch off the Ragnar to the Terran stuff and do thieving. And probably idle thieving pretty much forever. So we're gonna finish up music. Then I will look into finishing up construction. We have not yet finished construction, but we are somewhat close to finishing construction. Bedroom is done, kitchen is done, training room still needs the archery range, workshop is done, the outpost still needs the trapper's hut. We still have to do a few laboratory stuff and a few garden stuff. But since we have herb lore potions now, right here, since we have herb lore potions now, I can finish up apparatus without a problem. So this was the biggest problem, the apparatus. But because I can gain a random potion while creating said potion, I can instantly do this. And we also reached the mastery for herb lore, so this is really nice. We have still a few herb lores that we have to do. So let's increase everything to 50. Let's increase everything to 50 really, because 50 is a good starting point. So we only get 3 versions of out of 4. So we skip 1 and 2 entirely. We go only for 3 and up. Alrighty, we only go for 3 and up. However, we have so many herb lore potions that we can push some of the potions to the maximum easily. Let's see, we still have a few level 1s. And we have to finish every single one on 90. Of course, for the 100% achievement. Lucky herb, so much stuff we are never gonna use really. Let's get more stuff in here. Divine potion, we need to spend a lot of experience on divine potion, because I think we have a task for a divine potion. Okay, every single potion is now level 50 and up, which is nice. Let's look into township. Okay, let's look into township, because I think here we have somewhere a divine potion to gather. There we go, divine potion over here, 100 divine potion. That's actually super easily done. There another potion quest? Melee strength potion, range strength potion, magic strength damage potion. This is pretty easy. It's 10,000, but super easy to do. Elite. Does elite have something with potions? Yes, damage reduction potion. So we have to do quite a lot of damage reduction potion. Again, super easy to do. Throne of Herald. Throne of Herald does not have a potion. No, it has potions. Okay, it has potions. Atlas of Discovery should not have potions technically. It does not have potions, correct? And of course, Into the Abyss. Abyss is completely on its own. So 100 divine potions 4. This is really easy to do. Divine potion 4. So we need divine potion 4. And we need the defensive potion, right? Damage reduction potions. There it is. We have a damage reduction potion over here. And we have damage reduction potions over here. So damage reduction potions is used for 2 skills. So let's get into here. Let's look at damage reduction potions. Oh, there is still a few low ones. There's our damage reduction potion. Alrighty. So damage reduction potion is on the combat potion side. Damage reduction. It needs a large horn. Large horn should be relatively easy to get. So let's focus this on number 4. However, we're doing other potions for it. We're still flying, so we still can look at Melwar. The Worgen quest sucks. Yes, the Worgen quest sucks. The Worgen quest in the mines is incredibly volatile. The Wogen quest into the mines is incredibly volatile and will definitely kill you. So that quest sucks, absolutely. Okay, so if I want to have potions, I can use divine potions. But divine potions is only on 61. You did it alone and didn't die once. Amazing! Very well done. Well done. I definitely need a few necromancy potions. So I should do some necromancy potions for some mastery. Herb lore, we have so much herb lore potions. We have so many herb lore potions. We have 200,000 herb lore potions. This will never ever get used. This is interesting. 20% chance to double items in herb lore. However, needs snowcress herbs. We don't have any of those because this is a level 100. So, what's this? Perfect swing is nice, but we maxed out mining already. Are we still flying? We're still flying. Okay, the fletching potions. We still have to do fletching, so we can do fletching potions as well. So fletching potions is rather easy to do. We still need to do bird's nest potions, but we have bird's nest potions here, so we need to upgrade this soon as well. We're gaining more and more summoning experience. Okay. So yeah, we have a few potions to do. Herb lore potions, again, pfft, so many of them. Never ever gonna need to worry about that ever again. Alrighty. So I think we're almost there. Not really, we're still in Darkshire, so we're still flying. The music. So if I need to upgrade my herb lore in construction, if I go into construction and I go into apparatus and I go into the upgrade, it's another 5% chance to receive a random tier of the same potion. So this is a necessity because this gives us 3 potions of every tier, which is really nice. This is really nice. Again, this is a mod. Construction is a mod. But you know what channel you're watching. I am basically the mod guy. If I can mod a game, I mod a game. So yeah, if you're surprised seeing mods on this channel, you're watching the wrong channel. So yeah. We have almost reached Teldrassil, so let's keep on looking at Melvor just a bit more. Okay, farming, we don't really need to do farming. I have finished farming so much. So this is easily skippable. I don't really need to do farming anymore. Right. Magic and ranged have not yet been skilled, so magic and range is still eluding me, but I still want to get my crafting done first because I want to focus on my combat as last probably. I will probably finish everything to 120. I will do combat as the last resort, but I kind of want to get ranged and magic to 99 at least, so we can clear into the mist. So we unlock a second ring slot, which would be really nice, unlocking a second ring slot. So we should be there pretty much. So let's switch Melvor back to the right side. Again, Melvor Idol. I really recommend Melvor Idol if it's on sale. You can get the entire package for around about 15 euros. And I think for 15 euros, it's a nice thing to have on the side. It doesn't really require a lot of input. It's a giant Excel sheet game, basically, and it's just something to do when you have nothing to do. Did you forget to switch on Growl back with your pet? Is Growl not shiny on your bar? Look onto my World of Warcraft screen. Is Growl, like this, off? It needs to be right-clicked, it needs to be shiny. go. It needs to be shiny for Growl to actually happen. You only keep Growl off in dungeons. You don't keep it off outside of a dungeon. You probably just forgot, which is totally okay. I forget too. So let's get to the stable master. Let's get Tanaris back out.
Be careful.
Hello.
Hunter trainer. No problemo. Alrighty, Raptor Strike. We have a new Raptor Strike to learn. We have a new aspect of the Hawk to learn. And everything else we don't really need. Yeah, everything else we don't really need. There is a new disengage. So definitely learning new disengage. So we have learned a new aspect of the Hawk. 90 attack power now, which is super nice. We have gotten a new Raptor Strike and a new disengage. So there's our new disengage. And there is our new Raptor Strike. Very cool. Let's get to the pet trainer. Want to buy Ginsu sword. It's a 36 sword. It's an offhand weapon. Interesting. This is a hunter trainer. There should be a pet trainer over here. We're getting more armor and we're getting more health. And currently we need to untrain this pet, please. Let's untrain this pet. Because Tanaris does not have enough points to learn everything she needs to learn. So she will learn Growl. She will learn Claw. She will learn Bite. She will learn Claw. She will learn Dash. She will learn Greater Stamina, but only rank 7 for the moment. And she will get Greater Armor, rank 7 for the moment as well. Because now she has only 6 talent points left. So she cannot learn Extended Stamina because she's missing the talent points for it. Which is really, really sad. There is not enough talent points to fully train the pet, which I think is a huge design flaw of this game. Your pet cannot learn all the skills available to it because there's simply not enough points. And I think that is a huge design flaw. I think that is a huge, huge, huge design flaw. However, Tanaris now has just a tiny bit more life, just a tiny bit more armor. And later on, we're probably gonna unlearn all of the talents again and get Tanaris pure on life and whatever armor is available for her. So let's do some cooking, because we have to do the cooking by the book. Alrighty, so that is our tender wolf steak finally taken care of. Alrighty. So, this is doing its thing. Wonderful. Okay. So, in 20 minutes, roughly, we're gonna finish up the episode. So we're gonna do a little bit more management. We might end the episode early if we run out of stuff to do. You're getting stalked. Well, they're called Nightbane Stalkers. So, that's probably the joke you're going to make. It's probably the joke you're going to make. Because there's Nightbane Stalkers. But yeah, we might end the episode early if we run out of things to do. But for now, we can do some auction house checks as well. There is no smithy over here, so we have to use the smithy in Darkshore, which is basically out of reach. There is Ungoro Soil. We definitely need to take that quest. Well, that kinda happens. I don't know. Maybe he likes the way your character looks. Who knows? There have been known to be strange people when playing World of Warcraft. So, House Park made an entire episode of it. Which is, by the way, still a very amazing episode. If you want to watch this, I highly recommend watching the Make Love Not Warcraft episode. It's pretty great.
I have vision that she
It's pretty great. The South Park episode of World of Warcraft is great. Yes, but you're not here. Well, I kinda don't need to look at your character, because your character pretty much looks the same as my character, except for the hair and skin color. So I just have to look at your sister character, which is this one, and well, you know, don't need to look at yours. Need to look at yours. But you're weird. And you're not? What you're trying to say, that you're not weird? Ooh, first yawn of the day. First yawn of the day. Alrighty, let's get some cheetah going. So, is this worth anything? No, this is worth absolutely nothing. Alright, so this is worth absolutely nothing. Is the thick leather worth just a tiny bit? It is a 119 per 20. Yep, it's a 119 per 20. We have a 119 per 20. Okay, it's a 119 per 20. This is not sellable. This is sellable. Ooh, this could be a 240 per 20. People are putting it in at 199 per 20. Let's go to 114.99 per 20. Let's have a single strangle kelp, that is a tenner. Let's go 9.99. What else can we sell? There's another solid stone. So let's get this solid stone in. Let's make it 2 gold flat. Make it 2 gold flat. We can't sell the ore. We need to make this into a metal. Otherwise selling it is not worth the trouble. We have reached 119 music skill in Melvor Idol. Super nice. The deep rock salt is worth absolutely nothing. So this can go to a vendor. Is this worth anything? There is no eagle inside of it. So if we look at these bracelets, and only these bracelets, there are bracelets inside. But this is a eagle. So eagle is technically best in slot. So eagle is technically best in slot. So let's go 2 gold. Let's go 2 gold. This nobody will buy. This nobody will buy. I am confident that nobody will buy this. So we're just gonna sell this. No issues. And the auction of thick leather already sold, which is nice. F Stitches! Well, did he die or did you die? I'm guessing you died. I am guessing you died. Let's look at tender wolf meat really quickly. Tender wolf meat should be... You ran. Tender wolf meat should be rather cheap. Oh, the price actually hiked just a tiny bit. So we're not buying tender wolf meat today. The price hiked, so that is a no-no. Alrighty, let's look at gear. Let's look at gear. We need a, let's say, 47 to 50. Let's do a 47 to 50. And we're looking specifically for monkey gear. We're looking specifically for monkey gear. This is one of the better swords. However, the price is a big no-no. There is no access in it. There is staff available. There is no staff available. Let's look into miscellaneous. Let's look into neck. There is no neck available. Is there a finger available? There is a finger available. But the stat does not equate to the money. So we are gaining 3 stats for 5 gold. That is a no. 3 stats for 5 is a no-no. We're gaining 3 stats for 3. No. 3 stats for 3 is not good. Do we need a helmet? No, we don't need a helmet. Helmet is good. Do we need shoulders? These shoulders would give me a stat upgrade of 5 for 5. So 5 is a little expensive. 3 I would have done. But a 5 stat upgrade for 5 is a gold for a stat. This is a no. This is a 2. This is a 6 upgrade for 4.5. This is a 6 for 4.5. It would be... It's a bikini. Are you serious? It's a bikini. I have a corset and a bikini. Oh, well. Thanks, World of Warcraft gear designers, for giving me interesting gear to wear. This is a 6 upgrade for 3. So a 6 upgrade for 3 we're gonna do. So how are these pants looking? Well, they're still hot pants, I guess. I guess they're still hot pants with straps. Thank you very much, World of Warcraft designers. Alrighty, so feet. Too expensive and not worth it. We have the blue ones. There is a wrist. The wrist is a 5 upgrade for 4. But wrist is hard to come by. Wrist is pretty hard to come by. So we're buying this. Hands is nothing in. Okay, hands is nothing in. We looked at everything else already, so this is fine. So, is there something else we can take a look at? Probably not. So, let's look into this. We can upgrade the boots. No, the... What was it? Was it hands? What else was it? Let's see. Oh, it was wrist. Right, we can have stamina on wrists, which we're gonna do with Corinda really quickly. So, we have a few items here. Let's equip these pants, because these pants are easy. Let's get these to Corinda. Let's get these to Corinda. Alrighty. Let's do this. And another gold over there. Let's look at Corinda really quickly. Corinda is level 12. Why is Corinda level 12? Well, Corinda rested 10 days in Stormwind and got a full rested bar. And we cleared off the full rested bar and it gave us 2 levels. So Corinda is leveling purely on rested, most likely. Alrighty, there's a lot here to do. There's a lot here to do. Alrighty, there's a lot to disenchant. Where's my bracelets? There they are. There's the wrist. So if we want to get wrist stamina on, so bracers, lesser stamina is 2 soul dust. That is easy. We should have 2 soul dust.
King's honor, friend.
But intellect would be nice too, but intellect is way too expensive. So let's have 2 soul dust in our inventory.
For the Alliance.
For the Alliance. Let's take lesser stamina. Let's upgrade these wrists with a little bit more stamina, so that we're not losing any stats. And we're sending this back to Irune. So back to Irune goes. There we go. Irune will also receive this. And now let's disenchant. Let's disenchant all of the items we have here. I know that Corinda should level up to 25. But Corinda will level on rested experience, so this will be rather slow. So basically she will be leveling every 10 days or so. Or when I'm bored, but we have Path of Exile coming in. I won't be bored. Path of Exile was probably gonna swallow a week or 2 of my life again. Because I like the game and I get kinda addicted to CRPGs, and that is why I can't play Lost Ark anymore. is what it is. I've told this story many times before, and you can definitely judge me for it because I judged myself. I played 1,500 hours exactly of Lost Ark in 3 months while working a full-time job. Make of that what you will. But I spent a solid 16 hours a day without a break in 3 months on Path of Exile. And I recognized this when I was cooking in the other room. When I was cooking in the other room, I recognized that I was addicted to Lost Ark, and I immediately uninstalled it and I never looked back. And I really want to play this game because this game is incredibly addicting. It's incredibly good as well. It's a really good game, but it kinda overtook my life. So I recognized that I had an addiction, so I pretty much immediately killed the addiction. And that's what self-control looks like, I guess. So yeah, fun. You will keep me in check. Well, Path of Exile basically keeps me in check itself, because at some point Path of Exile is gonna get so frustrating, so frustrating, that I will basically quit myself. It will be so frustrating. Path of Exile is an incredibly frustrating game. It's very, very beginner unfriendly. And again, I have 800 hours in the game, and I would consider myself still a newbie after 800 hours. Granted, 400 of these 800 hours was basically me playing without any guides. So I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea what was happening. So I was pretty much blind the first few hundred hours of Path of Exile, which, let's be fair, is stupid, but I didn't know that there was guides all around. I just played the game. And well, if you play the game without any guides, I guarantee that Path of Exile is incredibly overwhelming. If you've never seen Path of Exile and you open up the passive skill tree or the talent tree, like in World of Warcraft, if you open up the talent tree in Path of Exile, you're gonna get sick. You're gonna get absolutely sick, because the Path of Exile talent tree is, I don't know. To fully understand the Path of Exile talent tree, you probably need a PhD in Path of Exile. It's that complicated. My lordy, is that a brutal passive skill tree. And Passive Exile too just makes it worse. It just makes it worse. And now after 400 hours of actually playing the endgame, I have somewhat of an understanding of what it does, but I would not be able to build my own character. I would not be able to build my own character. However, I am definitely able to deviate from a guide. So, speaking of guides, I think this is a good time for me to set up everything. We need to get the camera over to the other side, but we're finishing up this episode of World of Warcraft, episode 12. This was probably 17, but episode 12 of World of Warcraft. We're kind of getting to Ungoro and Feralas. Feralas will be probably the next thing that we're gonna tackle. We're gonna go to Feralas because Ungoro will be kind of a pain in the butt. But yeah, this is pretty good. We're getting close to 60. We're getting close to 60. We have played, currently, we have played 6 hours and 6 days of this character. So we are roughly 10% quicker than the average. So we're in the average. We're a little bit quicker than the average if you Google how long it takes to level in World of Warcraft. So we're just about below the average, which is quite cool. We're getting pretty close to 60, and then we're gonna do some classic content. I really want to do Molten Core, Onyxia, and Blackwing Lair. I really want to do these 3 dungeons, or raids in this case. And do many dungeons, of course. But we're reaching level 60 slowly and steadily, so this is really cool. If you want to go into the chat, you know where to find me. It is kind of obvious. Thank you very much for watching. We're switching to Path of Exile. Again, as a reminder, Path of Exile episodes will be rather short because we will be playing music in the game. And have a good one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.